gay. Alright, I'm not good at telling these things, but this is a new thing that I don't want to do anymore because something actually interesting happened to my life. So I'm going to tell you a story. So, November 6th, it was Take Your Kid to Work Day, and, I'm not supposed to be at school that day because, we're supposed to go to work with parents. But I didn't know that. So, pretty normal day. I got up. I just got back from being sick with the flu. And then I got on the bus. And then I'm listening and I'm sitting there waiting for us to get to the school. And then I hear on the radio, "Oh yeah, hello, yeah. Today, November 6th, it's Take Your Kid to Work Day." And then I'm like, and I was exploding in the inside. And I was like, well, what am I gonna do? I'm not supposed to be in class. And I keep thinking, well, I could get off the bus and then just walk and hang out somewhere, but, I don't live in the town that my school's at, so I'm like, well, where am I gonna go? I barely know anywhere. Like, go hang out at the grocery store with $2? So, I'm just thinking about my options, and then by the time we get there, it's too late. I'm already walking towards the door, and then the principal has this surprised look on his face. He's like, huh? Like he's thinking, what is this absolute dunce doing here? He does know that he's not supposed to be here, right? So then I go to class, and I'm like, well, maybe no one will notice. I get things out of my locker, and I go to math class, first class of the day, and the teacher's like, huh? Oh, why are you here? I'm like, it's math class. And she's like, it's Take Your Kid to Work Day. And I'm like, yeah, I realized that on the bus. So, it was like, well, we'll just find you a place. So, she gives me a bunch of homework and everything that I missed. I am trash at this game. That I missed as while I was gone sick. So, that's gives me something to do, right? Yeah. Alright, so I go down to the principal's office and tell him, yeah, I wasn't supposed to be here today. And he's like, yeah, I am aware of that. He's a pretty nice guy, except for the kids that are actually in trouble. He swears a lot. So, I'm like, well, yeah, and we go around, he's like, alright, here's the plan, sir. We are gonna go round up some work from your teachers, because I realize you've been gone for a while. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So we go, down to the science classroom. We go get some work there that I owed. Not a lot of homework, surprisingly. I was gone for about a week and 2 days. And then so, we grab that. Except the science teacher is handling with another student from his class. So I'm like, So I sit there for an awkward 10 minutes or so. And he finally gets to me and hands me a piece of work. Counting atoms and identifying the, what do you call it? Table of elements. Yeah. I'm good at math. I mean, no, shut up. Yay. Nothing. So then we get that, and I'm like, okay. And I look at my class list, and I have business next. I think it was business, yeah. So then I go down there, and then, we go through this whole talk about attendance and everything, and I'm like thinking, well, shit, I was sick. What am I supposed to do about that? So then, we're supposed to, she gives me some work that I was owed, not a lot of homework, surprisingly, and then she tells me we were supposed to film this commercial, like, for some sort of project, a commercial sort of project, Sorry if I keep pausing. So then I'm like, well, shit, I don't have anyone to do that with. So, I didn't end up doing it, I had a lot of work, so then I went to then they took me to this sort of room. It was a very empty room. in the surprisingly long corridors of the principal's office. Like, they have at least a good quarter of the school dedicated to where the principal and the other people there, like assistants. Oh wait, hold on. This is a good part. Yeah, just wanted to share you with that weird guy, going. So, back to the story. So, I get handed a lot of this work and I get put into a room, a very empty room. And it was not interesting, to say the least. It was well lit, it was pretty well lit, but it was just so drab in there. It was just very sad and drab in there, and I don't know any words. And then, yeah. So, being in there sucked. I was bored most of the day. And I had like 2 other classes that I had to still go to, but their classes were full. So then I had to wait. And every class I went to pick up work, I was like, okay, so I'll get the math done. I went to science and said it was due soon. So I was like, oh, well, I need to get this done really first then. I'll do this then. And then when I went to business, she was like, yo, this needs to be done hella fast. And I was like, well, fuck. So then, that was the day. I got so much work shoved onto me, I never got to touch math. Never touched it. It was just science, business, English, and, what else do you call it? Fucking mechanics class. Because, I needed to do that. Do some work there. So, sitting in that fucking room, it's a horrible story. And then, lunch rolls by, and I'm like, well, shit, none of my friends are here. So then, I walk over to the nearby store, like, across the road from the school. That's a good business plan. And I look in my bag, and all I have is $2. So I'm sitting in that store for a good 5 or so minutes, trying to pick out something. I find a pack of gummy bears for $2.25. And I grab those, and I'm just sitting in the hallway, fucking on the benches that they have in the hallway at the school, just eating gummy bears. I looked like the saddest fucking kid. Like, boy. Who is this kid? He's like sitting there eating gummy bears alone. Like, don't get me wrong, there's other kids that look sadder than me. Like, bruh, I saw a kid just not eat anything for lunch. For the whole hour, he just walked around a corner of the school. Another guy just ate his food next to a door. So that was the day that I went into school. The only kid in my grade there. Yeah.